Hello friends, hope you're doing great, but if not, no worries, because sure as hell I'm gonna make your day better with the information that I'm gonna share with you in today's episode. Let's get into context. Nowadays, more and more people are caring way more about their health and performance, or at least they are more curious than probably years ago. The thing is, most people are getting caught on the way, because most of the times when you guys are looking to get your blood work or lab testing done, you guys don't know what to check, what to do before, and especially where are you gonna do it. Without knowing that, there is a high risk that you're gonna waste money, time, hope, and probably you're not gonna get any result. As you know, I love to travel. Most people even think that I'm constantly on vacation. But beyond other reasons, every time that I travel, I check how's the business technology in other countries, stuff related to my field. So I check, analyze, and apply good information, if there is, to my business to make it better. That's actually the main thing about why I travel. I love what I'm doing. I love the freedom to have flexibility. I love to connect with other people. And especially, I love the idea to provide to others, make their life better with my knowledge. Let's get started. First of all, guys, will be cool if you can drop your favorite lab, clinic, or hospital where you can do your blood work or lab testing without much hassle. Hassle in terms of like doctor referrals or appointments here and there, you know, like just get the things done right away. There is some countries where you just cannot get your blood work directly. You have to pass through a general doctor or through a specialized doctor, and then you guys have to contact the lab to make the appointment that probably won't be the same day, ending up getting the results not in the best time. Let's get started in Hong Kong, since it's the country that I'm based. So in Hong Kong, there is no way that you can get your blood work done straight away. You gotta contact Dr. Morris. He's gonna be your guy. That could be online by WhatsApp or so. He's a specialized doctor that is gonna help you out, if everything is in place of course, to connect you and make the appointment with a lab to get your blood work done as soon as possible. Sometimes I get swamped with activities. I just wake up, go to do my morning walking, and suddenly remember, oh, today was my blood work day. I just hit him up at 9 a.m. and I'm in the lab 9:15, and I get most of my results the same day. Let's move to the next. In Thailand, for example, you can run this by Bria Lab, super fast and efficient. You're gonna get the result the same day, and depending on the market that you test, you're gonna probably get some stuff the next day. Also, you can run your blood work in Transcend Clinic through Dr. Panu. I like to stay around ASOC every time that I'm in Bangkok, so it's also a good option. In Italy, you have Lab Group. In Serbia, you have Labomedica. In Czech Republic, specifically in Prague, you have SynLab, but when I visited Prague, I ran it by Preventive Lab. Actually, I got there super early. I didn't expect the place to be open. I usually wake up at 5:30, 6:30 a.m. let's say, and sometimes waiting until 9 or even 10 a.m. in some cases, because by that time I usually get a lot of things done. It's a little bit like a bummer, but in this case, I got my blood work, everything was pretty efficient, very affordable, I would say, and I got my results the same day. In Saudi Arabia, you can get it done by Airborne Diagnostic. In US, you got Marek Health. In my country, in Peru, you got Swissalab. There is other few options, but I would say Swissalab is pretty convenient, and they open pretty early as well. And the list goes on, so please drop your places down below. By the way, guys, I'm gonna share a PDF with you. Within that PDF, you're gonna get all the biomarkers that I highly suggest to keep in mind for your comprehensive blood work. For today, in order to make this video way too long, we're gonna just focus on the hormones. Just for your information, when we're looking to optimize our health and check biomarkers, we have saliva tests, urine tests, stool tests, and of course we have blood work. First of all, in some countries there is just blood work available, and sometimes a few markers from your blood work are gonna be covered by insurance. So if you guys just have blood work, just go for it. Let's say you guys would like to check your cortisol. So if you choose blood work, you're gonna be able to choose your cortisol, yes, and the result is gonna be aligned according to the time the lab got the blood sample from you. That will be as first thing in the morning, in fasting. That's when most people go to the lab to do the blood work. And now if you check cortisol by saliva test, you're gonna be able to check your cortisol levels not just in the morning, but throughout the day. You're gonna receive a kit with 4 tubes, and you just have to put your saliva on it within specific times of the day. Firstly, we check the total amount of cortisol, and also we check how that cortisol looks like throughout the day, along with probably some symptoms. It's very, very interesting because we can address that situation with the lifestyle optimization supplements you now have a better picture about how is your cortisol look like and how is your particular cortisol fluctuation. In today's video, we're gonna just cover blood work. Anyways, hormones work in a very special symphony, and when for any reason one or some are out of balance with others, are gonna lead to side effects. From cortisol, we can get signs of overtraining, chronic stress, anxiety, depression, and in the worst cases, Addison's disease when we have no cortisol and our body is not able to run properly, or on the other hand, Cushing's syndrome when we have way too much cortisol. Next, DHEA sulfatate. DHEA is produced by the adrenal glands and is key for adrenal health and function. As you're getting older, DHEA is getting lower and lower. Also, you can fry your DHEA levels when you've been abusing your body or when you have chronic stress. Measuring DHEA sulfatate levels can provide very important insights about your aging process and overall vitality. Beyond that, DHEA sulfatate is associated with your mood, health conditions, hormonal balance, since it's a precursor of testosterone and estrogen, among others. DHEA also counterbalances cortisol, especially when you got high levels of cortisol. So you have high levels of cortisol, you're gonna pull more DHEA to keep everything running smoothly in your system. Just keep in mind that it's not gonna be for longer. Next, progesterone. I don't really suggest to check this much in men, especially if you're a little bit tight on budget. But if you have the possibility to check progesterone, and especially if you're drug-free, it's good to check just to make sure that your neurosteroids are nice and balanced. And now if you're not drug-free, you're an enhanced athlete or you're using PETs, everything that is going to downregulate the HPA axis, not probably completely shut down, but downregulate is going to also downregulate your pregnenolone levels and probably also DHEA levels. So instead of check pregnenolone, you're going to check progesterone, because pregnenolone is going to convert into progesterone. So you're gonna check within your blood work that progesterone is at least detectable. If not, you're gonna supplement not with progesterone, you're gonna supplement with pregnenolone, maybe 10-20 milligrams per day. Neurosteroids help with cognition, mood, joy, solid libido, or even supercharged libido. If you guys are looking for this last one, hope you guys mature enough to manage that properly. And now in women, progesterone is one of the main hormones, and it has to be in a good balance ratio with estrogen. The main estrogen is estradiol. You can check estradiol as marker within your blood work, especially to avoid any situation of estrogen dominance, since estrogen dominance leads to a lot of side effects in women, making irregular periods, missing other hormones, extra PMS symptoms, sleep issues, toxicity, among others. Next, number 4, we're gonna make a combo of FSH and LH hormone. These are associated in men with testosterone production and spermatogenesis. So if you are not drug-free, you're on PETs, your testicles are not gonna be working, so probably no need to check, unless you've been using or supplementing with something like HMG. On the other hand, in women, when they've been in a restrict diet, in some cases they believe that they are in a normal diet, but actually it's a restrict diet, on top of demanding exercise, plus daily life stress, probably a lot of cardio, that could lead to hypothalamic amenorrhea. In some cases, because I've been hearing this, some women say like, okay, cool, I'm starving, but I'm kind of getting used to it and I have no period, but everything is worth it because I'm getting shattered. Actually, not. This is a very unhealthy situation. They are losing bone density progressively, metabolism is getting slower and slower, hormones are messed up, among others. So please, make sure you're not abusing of your body, and whatever you're doing, it has to make sense. If you're into physical transformation, you're into bodybuilding, or maybe you're into fitness but you would like to go to the next level, I highly suggest to get an extra eyes. Hire a coach. Believe it or not, it's gonna save you money, time, and it's gonna make the experience a very good experience. You're gonna learn a lot. So hire a good coach, and if you can afford, you can hire a great coach. Probably somebody else as me. Back to the point, when these two hormones are creeping higher, it means like your time is getting off. Those are signs of andropause in men and menopause in women. Andropause in men means like your testicles soon are gonna rest in peace. They've been working a lot, so you're producing less testosterone, and in this situation you have to keep on track cholesterol because it's creeping higher most of the times, and also your HbA1c because metabolism is getting affected. Everything because testosterone is getting lower and lower. And in terms of women, at this menopausal stage, your big girls are producing very less estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, until the point that it's going to be probably unhealthy or very unhealthy. No matter what kind of lifestyle you follow, or diets, or exercises, those kind of things are going to probably attenuate the situation a little bit, but they're not going to be able to fix your hormone situation. But nowadays we have very interesting ways to fix this as hormonal replacement, just if your body and your habits allows you to do it. Always find a professional. Next, total testosterone, free testosterone, SHBG, estradiol, and prolactin. Testosterone is a crucial hormone in women and men. For some doctors, especially in men, they consider testosterone as the hormone of life, something that you gotta keep on track. We have total testosterone, that is the amount of total testosterone that is circulating within your system, and we have free testosterone, that in short we're gonna say that is the active testosterone that you have. And we have SHBG. SHBG is the one that is gonna regulate that more total testosterone is gonna be able to use as free testosterone. Especially in men, SHBG is not the enemy. I like to keep this around the middle of the range. When you're drug-free, your SHBG is gonna be probably, in some cases, slightly high, but you can use alternatives, for example, boron or Tongkat Li, to boost this to best range. If you are not drug-free and you've been suffering from libido issues, no matter what you do, libido is not the best, and especially erection quality is getting hit. In those cases, most of the time it's because SHBG is in a one single digit, meaning it's way too low. So you guys been probably overdoing the proviron, thinking that it's going to help you out to release extra free testosterone, so libido is going to be better. But what actually happens in reality is completely the opposite, because your testosterone has nothing to bind to. Next is going to be estradiol. Estradiol is one of the main hormones in women to keep a healthy menstrual cycle, bone health, reproductive health, hair, nails, mood, metabolic function. This last one probably more significant in women. Like if your metabolism is not on point, it's gonna be hard for you to build muscle and lose fat, among other things. In men, estradiol is a mainly female hormone, but it's something that you have to check because it's associated to bone health, brain cognition, cardiovascular health, joints, mood, I would say even energy. There is a lot of guys that just care about testosterone levels and they never check estradiol. Beginner mistake, because if for any reason estradiol is way too low or too high, no matter how high your testosterone levels are, libido and especially erection quality are gonna get completely compromised. Same happens with the levels of energy. In most of the cases, especially when estradiol is way too low, you're gonna feel like you don't have the energy to get up from bed in the early morning to start a proper day. Next, prolactin. Prolactin is key within reproductive health in women. When it's creeping higher, this is one of the reasons when your body believes that you are in a situation where you shouldn't be able to conceive. And that happens when you've been abusing your body, throwing way too much exercise, poor diet, poor recovery, bad habits, or chronic stress. So prolactin is going up, dopamine is going down, meaning you're not gonna feel good. Now think about it, when your body put you in that position, truly believing that you shouldn't get pregnant, no sex intercourse is needed. So your libido is gonna be pretty low or zero, and your metabolism is gonna be very slow because you're not gonna be in reproductive mode, you're gonna be in survival mode. And now in men, hormones work like a perfect symphony, as I just mentioned. Usually prolactin goes up as byproduct of high levels of estradiol, and high levels of estradiol could be as byproduct of high levels of testosterone. So that extra testosterone converts to estradiol. Or sometimes normal to low levels of testosterone, but estradiol goes up because poor diet, because you're fat, or because you've been having bad habits. Chronic stress also raises your prolactin, and as I mentioned, prolactin slows the metabolism. Who is the one that is going to regulate your metabolism? It's going to be thyroid. In most cases, prolactin is also going to hit the thyroid. Prolactin as biomarker within your blood work should be around 10, ideally below, but not until the point that is undetectable. Ideal levels of prolactin are going to give you good feelings, good erection quality, good libido, no brain fog, all good things. And last but not least, guys, thyroid profile, TSH, free T4, free T3. By the way, guys, this video is getting a little bit longer than I expected. If you're still here, I assume you have already liked the video and maybe left some comments for the algorithm. Beginner mistake, just check TSH without free T4 and free T3. You're not gonna be able to do too much with that information. Usually TSH is creeping higher when your body is facing stress, and especially when your body doesn't have enough resources to overcome that stress. That could be because overtraining, medication as birth control, wrong manipulation of the food, among others. Thyroid side effects could be very annoying, like hard to get in shape, bother the performance, could lead to depression, not stable mood, tiredness, especially because the range that conventional medicine shows within the general checkup is not really the best range where your body can function at best. Okay, you're not gonna die soon, but as I always say, you cannot pass from 1 to 10 without the numbers between. Remember, best range for thyroid TSH from 0.5 to 1.5. Some professionals consider even until 2, but beyond that, you are going to start having side effects. Let's say you take your thyroid today, TSH is 1, and from now on you're starting with a diet, with exercise, supplements here and there, and after 3 months you check again and TSH shows 2 or 2.5, meaning like your body is getting hit, so you have to make some adjustments accordingly. About free T4, free T3, they have to be over the middle of the range, ideally close to the top of the range, especially free T3 because it's the active hormone. The thyroid panel is crucial because it's going to give you a clear picture about your metabolism, your body temperature. When the thyroid is low, everything in your body is running slow, even your brain. So you're gonna be very slow in whatever you're doing, whatever you're performing, and I don't believe that that leads to good things. Absolutely everyone should check the thyroid, but people that is into fitness, and especially enhanced people that are usually throwing stuff here and there into the system to try to outsmart how their bodies actually works in order to get the best physical results, for you guys, this has to be mandatory. People unfortunately waste money, time, and even hope when they're trying to optimize their health performance through blood work just because they don't know what to check, why, and where. We covered a lot of things today, guys. Hope you find a ton of value. I know I've said a lot of things. It's extremely important that you all be aware, understand, and have information about this topic. Guys, that's gonna take your well-being, performance, and health to the next level. Don't forget to download the PDF. You will have all the directions and very useful information in there, and consider to keep in touch through social media. I'm really happy to connect with all of you guys. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.